Hello, 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 hello. Am I audible? Hello. Hi, hello. Hello, hello. Am I audible or not? Can you please reply me on the chat? Yeah, okay. Hi. Hi, Star Lord. Aman. Hi, Matchi. Hi, Satya. Stylish. Hello, Rajput. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. So, good evening, everyone. Hello. Hi. Hi, Pragnan. Manam. Hi. Mm, Hello, exclusive. Hello, everyone. Hello, good evening. Hello, Jen. Hello, perplexed. My name is Ritu Priya Singh. Hi. So, wait a second. I'm requesting my guest. Mm, Hello, Ashutosh. So, good evening, everyone. This side Ritu Priya Singh, and today we are live for, yeah, I'm from LPU. So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Tech Talks 1.0. I hope you all are doing great and have a great day today. So, my name is Ritupriya Singh, and I welcome you all to the first episode of Tech Talk organized by Geeks for Geeks LPU chapter under the aegis of Division of Youth Affairs, lovely professional university. So, Geeks for Geeks LPU chapter has been pioneering all tech and non tech events since its inception, and this is another entrant to the list. So, do you all know today we are inviting a guest who is working at Samsung and working as a senior software engineer. Do you all know who he is? Any guesses in the comment section? Please let me know. Please, I'm waiting for your guesses. Please let me know who he is. Mm, Thanks. Any guesses, please? Am I audible or not? Because you people are not replying. Please, am I audible or not? Please let me know. Mm, no reply in the comment section. Hello. So, any guesses who he is? He's currently working at Samsung. Yeah, yeah. Thanks for the reply, Pragnan. And our guest is arrived. So let me tell you about him. A short introduction. Like he was intern at Samsung R&D Institute, Bangalore, and has also been a member of Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO, that you all know. He only not says that he believes in growing together, but also has been an epitome of that. He's quite evident by the contribution he has been doing by bringing all the opportunities for his juniors. So his contributions made him other students' favorite also. So I'm inviting our guest today. Yeah, you people are right, Mr. Arsh Goyal, sir. So I'm requesting him. Mm, mm, mm. Wait a second, I'm requesting him. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So he will be joining us soon. Hello, sir.
Yeah,
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir. How are you?
good evening, good
Hello,
evening, good
sir.
evening.
Am I
Ah,
audible?
hello, hello, hello. Yeah, you're audible. You're
Yeah,
audible.
yeah. So how are you,
Uh,
sir?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great, sir.
How many people there? How many people are
Uh,
there?
there are 21 people who are joining us, and more people are coming. So, sir,
Okay.
everything is all right.
Yeah, yeah.
In
Everything is right.
yeah,
I'm super
and the
excited to
office,
be.
yeah, yeah. So, and the office days has been started or not?
Yeah, yeah.
Or still, it is in
Office.
online mode.
It's in online mode. It's yet to be started. Probably next month.
Okay, 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 okay. All right, sir. So, sir, people are joining us and they all are excited. So, sir, let's start our question round. We'll
Yeah, sure.
we'll be talking about related to your background. So please introduce yourself apart from education and all.
So, talking about a little introduction, so that includes, like you've already introduced working at Samsung. Apart from
Yeah.
that, I love creating content on YouTube, on Instagram, on LinkedIn. I have been a part of various days. During my college days, been a part of various clubs, societies, chapters, and all. So that makes me more into the student community, and like I have been continuing it after even after I've graduated. So this is something about me. Apart from that, technical background, if we talk about being an intern and so on, so forth, I've worked with some amazing startups. I've been into teaching data structures algorithms also. So this
Okay,
is
sir.
something
So
that
in which organization you have been teaching, or you have been teaching on YouTube itself?
I have been. I worked with various organizations like CodeChef. I've been taking some live
Mm-hmm.
classes. CodeChef is one of the platforms. I've been working with Unacademy, with Scalar
Okay.
Academy. So their content needs and for teaching DSL goes to their students. So yeah.
Okay, sir. So anything, any entertainment area, any entertainment.
If I talk about entertainment area, so like I have tried everything, but still like exploring a bit on what can be the best thing for me. Not yet
Okay.
been able to figure out.
Okay, okay. So that is my problem also, that I'm an engineering student, but still not able to find my particular area or my particular field. It's at Samsung interview. So it's paused. Yeah, sir. Am I audible or not?
Yeah,
Hello.
you're audible. You're audible. Yes,
So
yes, you're audible.
yeah, I was asking that how was your experience at Samsung interview?
So Samsung interview, it was a good experience. Like if I talk about any typical technical interview for a software engineer, it was almost similar to that. You will find DSL goals, you'll find operating systems, CS fundamentals, some discussion around projects. I would say it was a medium level interview, not very hard, not very easy. So yeah, basically you should be present along with all your senses. That's it.
So like as we all are students and most of the people are student here only, those who are joining live. So did you take any extra course at your like in your college days for the placement basically?
Not any additional course, but I have been. I've shared one course with one of my friends. Like he purchased something, I shared. He shared it with me with of some edtech company. So that is something that I did. Apart from that, I have been practicing on sites, different sites like Lead Code, like Geeks for Geeks and Interview.
Okay, sir. So you are working with Geeks for Geeks too.
We have been closely associated with the marketing team, have been collaborating with them for certain
Okay,
initiatives.
sir. So
So
how
that's
was the
why,
experience?
yeah, that is nice. Like I have like multiple people who know me inside TFP and have been working together on some of the campaigns that they launch, like coding competitions or something of that sort. So we had a good discussion of them, the people who are working at TFP.
But sir, there was a personal question. Like you are a software engineer, right? Working with marketing team is a little bit difficult or not?
Like
Like I don't like marketing personally.
it's not about say my career as a software engineer. It's about like let's say if I am a content creator, right?
Yeah.
So from that perspective, if I'm a content creator, I'm creating content related to it. Like I'm creating content related to coding, programming. And if like let's say their team wants to know okay, what is the thing that students want in terms of coding or in terms of programming,
Mm-hmm.
they can get a perspective from my end, like this is something that would work out, this is something that students need. You might bring out some companies who can hire through your platform. So these kind of discussions, basically because I have been more involved with student community and know what problems they're facing, so how those problems can be solved in a better way, and that can be done through different campaigns that the company are doing. So that's basically that I want to
Okay, okay. So, but as you are gold medalist in academics, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
I've
sir,
been
how
in
uh, actually
electronics.
your voice is not properly audible. So, can you repeat?
Hello, hello, hello. Is it audible now? Hello.
Yeah.
So I am an EC pass out, electronics and
Okay.
communication.
Mm-hmm.
Gold medalist is because in our college, what happens is the person getting the highest CGPA and all this
Mm-hmm.
goes together. So I have what was my strategy being a gold medalist was before examinations or before mid semesters or something like that. So that time that you must say 1 week or 2 weeks before the exam, that is the time that I used to devote completely upon the exam, like no other thing. And rest of the things, like everybody knows कि engineers at the end the moment पे पढ़ते हैं, मतलब एक रात पहले पढ़ते हैं, तो वो वाली चीज
Uh,
it's
yes,
always
sir.
here. I was
I
saying you can also get that CGPA. There's no problem.
I truly
Uh,
accept that fact because I'm in second year right now, and I skipped the classes. I bunked the classes, but still, ये थोड़ा ज़्यादा सच हो गया. Okay. So my next question is like, how did you balance your co-curricular activities with your academics?
that co-curricular activities, like this is something that I have been involved from the very first year. So it's
Mm-hmm.
not about balancing these. It's really about priorities. If you set the priorities in the correct way, then I don't feel like something would be like we can balance out things in a proper way. Like right, let's say if you have hello, yeah, let's say if
Yeah,
you
yeah, sir.
have uh, your examinations coming ahead, and
Mm-hmm.
let's say there's a coding competition coming ahead, and you know that this is something that is very important in your life. So during that time, let's say for that week or for that particular time, your major focus should be upon that event. And let's say you are in co-curricular, you are in your college club or you're organizing. So during that time also, like if you like give your 100%, like you know that within 3 days the mega fest of the college is being happening, and I'm part of so and so. You know that your responsibility lies there as well. So how you prioritize your time basically decides upon how you can balance out things. So that's the major thing that students struggle at. They are not able to set the priorities right.
Okay, okay. So that's totally depend on your priorities. Okay,
Yeah,
so like you have live your college life. So there you were in hostel or you were day scholar?
I was in a hostel. I have been into anything.
So, uh, can you share us some best moments of your college life?
Yeah, best moments of your college life. Matlab, it's not about exams. Like we don't remember exams. We don't remember CGPA when we are passed out. It's just that the get-togethers that we had, or going with a group of friends after classes to canteens, or so, participating in some fun activities, participating in some events, going, and like I used to go on stage and anchor different events, like the one who basically announced the results, or somebody who is uh, comparing on the stage. So that is something that I have been into, like throughout my college life. I've been anchoring at different fests, different college events. So that is something that I like the most out of those events, because that is something that I feel that I can do well. Although I have tried everything, I have tried doing a skit also. I have tried doing a nukkad natak also. So everything I have tried during my college journey, that's totally fine. But still, like by trying out different things, by exploring different things, we finally land up, or we finally
Yeah,
figure out is हमारे काम. Like if somebody is very good at dramatics, so even if he'll not try, then how he will know that he's good at? So
yeah,
similarly,
yeah.
the things.
So, as you were in anchoring, so can you share some embarrassing moments if you're okay with that?
With there are a lot of embarrassing moments. So what happens is, like at the last moment the script changes, or at the last moment, like we speak out somebody's name, that person is not present in front of us. Let's say we had a speech with the name of guests who are there for that particular function, right?
Mm-hmm.
And at the last
Yeah,
moment, if somebody is not present and we are just speaking out their names again and again, and because we don't know, right, with who are the chief guests coming, or somebody or something. Also, like
yeah,
during multiple times, like during practice sessions and all, like sometimes the script went a little bit out of the bounds, right? Because we as
yeah,
students think from a different perspective, and will have to show it to the faculty. This is the script. So after their approval, then only that thing actually happened. So during that time, also there were some things that faculty didn't like. So like there have been good and bad events, but the overall experience, I would say, is something that gives you more confidence to understand things,
mm-hmm.
to learn more, to collaborate with people, sitting down, writing scripts, and everything. Like it was a lot of fun.
Okay. So, this was a nice experience. Like, I've been like I've joined the anchoring department too. So, till now I hosted only online events. Soon I'll be in offline events too. So, next question is, there are many students who feels like giving up in the middle of their career might be because of lack of confidence or due to discouragement or due to financial reasons. So, what is your message to those students?
See, if like we're particularly talking about, let's say, coding and programming, people who are into CSIT. So
Mm-hmm.
there's a stage. Like, let's say you start learning programming. You start with initial things. You start writing hello world program. Then you move on to if else statements, for loop, while loop, and the things are going in this slanting way, right? You are learning
Yeah.
small things, and you are liking the thing, right? But a time comes, like you are at this point, and from this point, uh, you are confused. Like you don't have anything. Like you feel like you are not meant for coding. You don't know anything, because things are becoming more and more complex as soon as they're complex. So from here, it depends whether you'll continue here or whether you'll go here. So at this point, this
Yeah.
is this point. Like for some people, they are stable at this point. Like they are trying
Mm-hmm.
to practice, they're trying to continue at this point, even if they're facing hardship. They're not able to solve a problem for, let's say, 2 days, but still they are at this level. They are stable. The person who will continue at this stage, matlab, this is a stage at which they'll continue for, let's say, some time, then only it would be more easy for them to go into this path. Else he will drop, or he will think of backup options. Yeah, if not coding, let's say, I'll do this. So basically majorly getting stable at this point, or continuing it even if you are not very comfortable in that. So that thing actually makes a difference, right? So this is something that I would advise. Also, there are a lot of hardships. It's not just you. Everybody is facing something or some
Yeah.
uh, in his or her life, but it's you who will have to sustain. Like you can't go out and tell everyone that I'm facing this. You should share it with some close ones, and you should try to figure out what can be the best solution. How can we come to the solution rather than thinking of the problem again and again? So that is the loop that goes on in our mind again and again. So avoid doing that.
Yeah.
Just focus upon the outcome. Just focus upon the result that this thing is going to give you at the end, right? That becomes your motivation to do anything. So think of what will be your life if you achieve this. Think of how the things will change, how like getting into a good company is one thing, or maybe if somebody is interested in entrepreneurship or startup or something like that. So for them also the career trajectory might change very drastically. It's not that if you are not for coding, you can go for a startup. Like if you like it, if you feel that you're good for it, so that's also fine. So everybody has a different role, everybody has a different choice. So it's just that we are yet to explore, we are yet to find out what works best for us.
So like, there is a personal question of mine. Like, apart from coding, which field we need to like? If we don't like coding, then which
See,
field we
there
need
are
to
multiple,
choose?
like, we are not confused now. But like we are confused, we don't know like what happens in our colleges. We see that very big companies, big packages are there only in coding, right?
Mhm.
And we just
Yeah.
go behind doing it even if we are not liking it. So there can be multiple ways, there can be multiple fields. Let's say there is a person who
Mhm.
is uh, uh, not a CS grad, a who's person who belongs to a core branch, let's say mechanical, civil, electrical, or electronics, or computer science individual who doesn't like coding. मतलब
Yeah.
जिसको coding पे नहीं जान, and
Mhm.
he doesn't want to go into core. He doesn't like to study core also. So what is the option? Like he's in the middle. Like what should he go for? मतलब coding भी नहीं करनी है, core भी नहीं करना है. So there are certain options. Like it's you who should know about them. So options which I talk about are product management. If you have heard of product management,
Yes, sir.
options like product design. Product design basically includes building UI, improving the user experiences, and the jobs that you get in these fields are comparable to what you get in software engineering, even as freshers. Although these jobs are difficult to find because roles are less, but if you're good at these roles, you can get even more salaries than software engineers. So what you can do is, let's say product manager. Who is a product manager and how can you get into product management even if you are not a CS grad or you don't like coding? Because in product management, there's no coding involved at all.
Yeah.
So for that thing, basically, product manager is a person who basically connects with engineering team also, design team also, business team also. Let me give you a common example. Let's say Swiggy. So Swiggy says that they want to launch a new feature known as Instamart, right?
Mhm.
And for that particular feature, they have constituted a team. They have, let's say, a person who is the sole proprietor of Instamart. He wants to build that particular project. He's the product owner. So he has his team of product managers. He Instamart, how we should come up with Instamart. So that person, product manager, will also talk to engineers on how we can scale Instamart, how many users can come register on Instamart, what can be the scalability and all. So there's one thing. Secondly, he also talks with the design team. What should be the actual look of Instamart? How should that be there in our app? When should it come? So he also talks with design team. Along with that, he also talks with the business team. How can that Instamart be launched in the market? How can more and more users come to know about Instamart? So
Yeah.
that is the person. Like this is the role of a product manager. So coding is not required, but basically you should have good aptitude, good uh, like I would say communication skills. You should be able to present things in a better way. So this can be done by anyone who is not even into coding. There can be fields like product management, product design, analytics. So these are the fields that can be explored, and we tend to explore it at the very end when
Mhm.
there's nothing. If you start doing it from the very initial stages of life, stages of your college career, then you might do some internships in product design, product management, and those internship experiences will help you polish your skills and have some good case studies, good experiences that can help you get a full-time job. Like you'll show them that you have done this kind of work in so and so startup. You've done this kind of work in your internship. So they'll definitely hire you for a full-time role. And nowadays, if you talk about startups like Swiggy, like Misho, Grow,
Yeah.
Upstocks, Sprinkler, so they hire for these roles from BTech graduates only. So these fields are open, but people are not aware about that. That's the main thing.
Basically, the thing is that coding is hype up in the BTech or CSA branch.
Because there are a lot of jobs in coding. That's it. Because
Yeah, yeah.
if let's say a company is having one product manager, so that product manager will be dealing with, let's say, 10 developers. So on one product
Mhm.
manager, you need 10 to 15 developers. So the requirement for developers is more. Chances of selection in being a software developer are more. That's why the hype and the salaries that come along is an added advantage.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. My next question is, what is the most challenging thing you face during the journey of replacement?
So the most challenging thing is like this happens with everyone, right? Let's say you start up with the placement season, or let the companies start visiting your campus.
Hmm.
You go on you
Yeah.
look for a company, and you totally you're not able to clear the test, or you're not able to perform well in that test, right? And you feel that you are capable enough, and someone who is not capable enough, he has cleared. These are the thoughts that come into your mind, and everybody would feel this whenever they'll sit up for their placement season or the internship season. So during that time, during that particular stage, you will realize that that's something that is uh, that's the thing to be you can say the time when person thinks like was his decision to choose this particular field right or not. So maybe, but that's just one case or two companies or three companies. But at the end, if you feel that like, if you know that you have worked hard, you have studied, you have you have grilled a lot. So at the end, you will land at a place that you are looking forward to. That nobody can stop you from doing that. So that's the
Mm.
thing that I would say that was the major hurdle or major thing, that basically how we control our mind, or how our mindset, how we have a control over our mindset that doesn't let us to stop and continue our journey where we are.
Yes, sir. But during placement time, most of the company rejects students. So, how to deal with that? Like, it's a kind
So,
of
matlab,
depressing moment.
it's a kind of depressing moment. It's kind of like people tend to feel that they are useless. They don't have anything left out, right? Let's say
Mm-hmm.
when they have one or two rejections. But I have seen people who have faced 15 rejections, 16 rejections, but after that they have landed at a place that they always wanted to. So it's all a part of learning. Like every rejection is more of a learning experience rather than a rejection. So that learning experience is very, very important. Like each interview that you give, even if you're selected or rejected, but you try to understand what things you did wrong in that interview, or what was the thing that for which you might have been rejected. So once you
Mm-hmm.
learn that one on those techniques, then you're master in those techniques. Then slowly and slowly you can maybe grab anything or grab any package that you aim for, or that you want to grab.
Okay, so any coding test preparation tips, especially for the big companies?
So coding test preparation tips is like what say. Let's have a general hiring pattern of a company. So first is coding test. If I say about coding test, so it includes two questions or three questions that you need to solve in 90 minutes, or let's say 2 hours, right? So in those tests, what happens is the major thing that you need to do is to manage time, right? So
Yeah.
how can that be done? So that can be done by solving regular contests on websites like LeetCode. LeetCode has its weekly contest and bi-weekly contest. Those contests are on a similar line. Let's say three questions or five questions or four questions in a stipulated time. So once you solve that, once you sit for those contests, so then you come to
Mhm.
know here I generally solve three out of four questions in that online coding test. If I sit for this complete test, probably I'll be able to solve these many questions in this much time. So
Mm-hmm.
that time management thing, when it comes into picture, that is something very very important when I talk about online coding test. And generally the level of online coding test is kept a little higher as compared to interviews. In your coding interviews, the questions that you will see will probably be from the questions that you've already done. So you might need to struggle a little more for the online test, but interviews are relatively easy for most of the companies, not all.
Basically, you need to crack your test, then interview is just a matter of time, I guess.
Matlab if you think that you can crack the test on your own, then cracking an interview is relatively easier.
Okay, okay. So since Smart India Hackathon is around the corner, so if you could share some tips for the students in that, it would be great.
So yeah, Smart India Hackathon. I recently made a video also on Smart India Hackathon where I talked
Mm-hmm.
about what are different steps or how can they, what are the strategies that they can follow to win such hackathons or be better at such hackathons. Like I have been into Smart India Hackathon for the past 2 years. We have reached grand finale as well. So what happens in Smart India Hackathon is you're given problem statements by different ministries, government ministries also, private companies also. When I say government
Mm-hmm.
ministries, like Ministry of Railways, you'll see statements, Ministry of Textiles, Ministry of Tourism, some problem statements you'll see. Out of those problem statements, first of all, choosing that problem statement is very important. That that decides whether you'll be selected or not. So how will you choose that problem statement? There is a submission count with every problem statement. So make sure don't pick up very very common problem statements. Try to choose something that is new, something that is rare, like less people are choosing. So that
Mm-hmm.
increases your chances of being selected for the further rounds. Secondly, your presentation is something that they'll see, and you have to explain everything in those 3 pages, those three slides of PPT. So those 3 slides should be very crisp, very less text, I would say, and more
Mm-hmm.
of diagrammatic presentation. Like what happens is our human eyes are set in such a way, or a human thought process is set in such a way that we tend to get impressed more of by seeing visualizations or by seeing pictures, right? If, let's say I am the judge, I am judging a presentation.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody has created a very beautiful in the sense the structured way of presentation, flow charts he's using some diagrams to present, so that impresses me more as compared to just writing down it in line. So for the first stage, I would say these are the most important things that you should keep in mind.
Yeah.
First is choosing the problem statement. Secondly, focusing upon your crisp presentation. And make sure, like you, when you make your team, you have somebody in your team who can present well. It's not about just everybody being a developer in the team. You need a person who should be able to present your thought or present your idea in a better way and take counter questions from the judges.
Basically, you have some presentation skills to present your
Yeah,
idea or
that's
thoughts.
very important.
Yeah.
That's very important.
Yeah. So sir, we all are on LinkedIn, right? So what role does LinkedIn play for a student
So LinkedIn is
to be placed on
uh,
campus?
if I say LinkedIn, so when I was in my first year, second year, like my senior told me that LinkedIn is a platform. Just go and make a website, make your ID on LinkedIn, and I made it. And I was never like I didn't use LinkedIn. I didn't know what it happens. Just I open it and I feel like here, pata nahi kya chal raha. I don't know what LinkedIn is
Mm-hmm.
actually used for. People used to say you can get referrals from LinkedIn, you can get jobs from LinkedIn. But I didn't. As a person who is in first year or second year, he's not aware about how to use LinkedIn as a platform. So LinkedIn can be used multiple ways. Firstly, you can connect with a lot of like-minded people who are your college alumni, let's say, or who are into similar domains or who are into your target companies. So you can connect with them, you can talk to them, you can see, like, let's say if a person is an investment banker in so and so firm, and your ultimate goal is to become an investment banker. So how has his journey been? Matlab, you can learn a lot from him. What was the thought process he followed? What he did after his BTech. So and you can talk to them at any point of time. Most of the people reply on LinkedIn. There's a separate like. It's not about just putting out anything on LinkedIn. Make sure that you message or you send out a request with a note, right? because let's say if I had around 12,000, 13,000 requests, so I
Mm-hmm.
tend to see the request with the added note, the request in which there is a note that I'm looking forward to connect for so and so reason. So that makes me know, yeah, this person is generally concerned or he wants to connect. Because accepting those many requests, I'm out of requests. I can't accept requests. So, and for you as an individual, what I would say is, if you want to send requests, make sure you add a note, small note along with the connection request. That makes it more easier to makes it more easier for the other person to know why you have sent the request. Secondly,
Yeah, yeah.
try putting out content and try adding value to the life of people. There are a lot of people putting out content, from being a student to people who are even entrepreneurs, Kunal Shah, and every entrepreneur is putting out content. Everybody is trying to put up something that can add value to their followers or the connections. Definitely, you can also start putting out content even if you don't have anything on your own. Make sure you read out posts by different people and try to get inspiration and things out of that, and try putting out that. And slowly and slowly you will grow along with LinkedIn, and there are a lot of networking opportunities. Let's say if somebody likes your content, he connects with you, you get to learn a lot
Yeah.
from that person if you want to. So these are the things that are underrated from the point of view of LinkedIn, and I feel that these things people should know in their second year, and you will get to know about a lot of opportunities. I was not aware about
Mm-hmm.
different opportunities in my first year, but LinkedIn, through LinkedIn, there are a lot of opportunities that you come to know. These, like there's a mentorship program by so and so company. There's something going on, so that is also that you will be benefited if you are using LinkedIn regularly.
Okay, sir. Like, you gave me a reason to not connect with you on LinkedIn, but I requested you already when I was watching your profile. Apart from jokes, sir, let's move on to the next question. So, what inspired you the most to be a software engineer and not something else?
I didn't hear. There's some problem. Can you please repeat?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm saying that. What inspired you to be a software engineer and not something else?
So, being a software engineer is basically how you try to create impact on the life of people. Let's say the type of work that I'm doing at Samsung, the code that I'm
Mm-hmm.
writing at Samsung, millions of people are using, million of,
Yeah.
like, it's in the hand of millions of people. So the feeling that you get when you get to know, yeah, this is the app that the person is using or something that the person is using, I have written the code behind it, or I have some contribution in that. That makes you feel like you are impacting lives. You are doing something great. You're doing something out of the world. So that feeling is basically that excites me or any other person who is genuinely interested in software engineering. So that's the major reason. Apart from that, it's the type of work that we do. It's self-paced. Like, it's up to me how I need to plan out my day. What is the type of work that I'll be doing in the day? It's more of like, there's no fixed number of hours that I should work on, but it's more of how like how much part of the project is being done or how much I have contributed. So the type of work that I do is self-paced. So that is something that, like, I feel that it's more autonomous than
Mm-hmm.
any other job.
So, like, most of the people are uh, from second year or third year, or they are in college. So, right now we are need to choose our minors. So can you please tell us about minors, so, which we can
See,
choose for career?
for a if you are particularly looking forward to a software engineering career,
Mm-hmm.
so like in a computer science degree there are a lot of subjects, right? So out of those subjects, only 4 or 5, like, the thing that you want to get into good company is uh, cracking the interview. So for those interviews, there
Mm-hmm.
is like 60 to 70% interviews will be based upon DSL goals. Then I would say 10-20% your CS fundamentals. So when I say CS fundamentals, so that includes DBMS, that includes operating systems, that includes computer networks, that includes object-oriented programming. So these 4 subjects, if you feel that if you are from a non-circuitral branch, if you are from mechanical civil and you have a choice to
Mm-hmm.
choose any of these subjects, then you are into software engineering. So definitely go for either OS, DBMS, computer networks, or object-oriented programming skills, right? And if you are
Yeah.
a computer science grad, if
Mm-hmm.
because these subjects will already be there in your degree, compulsory subjects, OS, GBMS, computer networks, and all. So then I think you should go for some subjects related to communication skills, better presentation. So that those type of subjects can be beneficial for you. Apart from that, if you are in like if you're coding, if you're good at coding, so IoT or robotics might interest you. So that subject can be like that's also something that can be explored. Even if only and only if you have interest in IoT. Uh, this moreover it depends upon your choice. Let's say somebody is very interested into fashion design. So there's a
Mm-hmm.
elective that you get into fashion design and you have a good knack into fashion design. So that you can choose definitely more of your interest. But the options I have already given to scan.
Okay, sir. So the last question from my side is some tips to present ourselves while giving interview.
Yeah. So while giving interviews, there can be a lot of things. Firstly, your confidence is what it matters. Even if you are
Mm-hmm.
not very confident, even if you think that you might be wrong or you might be not very well prepared for that interview, so your confidence is something that will land you somewhere because you don't know whether like let's say the interviewer is there in front of you. Interviewer is also not very well versed with subject. Let's say in most cases what happens is interviewers are also they're not in touch with data structure algorithms or coding. What happens is
Yeah.
they just go up some questions from internet or from sites like Geeks for Geeks or Lead Course, and
Mm-hmm.
they just put up that question. So it depends more of on your confidence, ki how well you are explaining the code and how convinced he is, even if it's not the right approach, even if it's something different from what he already. So first thing is your confidence should be at the top. Secondly, you should practice mock interviews with your friends. That will give you confidence in any case. Try practicing mock interviews. Try to see you take your friend's interview and your friend take your interview and try to
Yeah.
give feedback. How can that be improved? That has proved to be very beneficial not only to me but many people I know. So that is something that can be done, practicing mock interviews. Thirdly, make sure you join the meetings on time and you're not late because that also might hamper your interview experience. And also try to understand your interviewer in the first 10 12 minutes, like what type of interviewer he is, whether he is rigid, whether he is flexible, whether he is communicating with you. So try understanding your interview. That comes only when you give mock interviews. Make sure you give mock interviews.
Okay, sir. So basically, the confidence level. Sir, can you tell me that how was my confidence level till now?
See, that like you are presenting it well. That's perfectly fine. I'm sure that you might have presented it quite sometimes in other events as well. So that's
Yeah.
those.
So
So that is
this.
basically how well we practice. That's why I said mock interviews. If you have done that thing
Yeah.
for two events or two, three events, then definitely this event you'll be more confident of, right? Than you were in the first
Actually,
event.
this is my first Instagram live with you only. So
Right?
there was a question. Yeah, yeah. So please
Right.
continue.
Yeah, I was saying that Instagram. Hello. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
it audible? Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
for me also I rarely do Instagram lives. I just get live on YouTube or get live on some other platform. But for getting live on Instagram, like I either join somebody else stream, somebody streaming, so I try joining them. But I rarely do stream on my own. So this is also like a rare experience. Like I might be doing it for the third or fourth time to stream.
Okay. Okay, sir. So there was a question from comment section which I have pinned. What will you choose, 14 lakh or 15 lakh per annum package or masters at IIT?
I would say go for a 14, 15 lakhs package as of now, and you can grow exponentially. But if you are interested in research or just writing papers or going for
Yeah.
PhDs, like if you have that,
Hmm.
then you can choose masters. But if you think that you can get a better package spending 2 more years at IIT, that's wrong. Like if you have 14, 15 LP right now, after 2 years, you will definitely be at a position along with the work experience in that company. So choose go for 14, 15 lakhs LPA package.
Okay, sir. So, any more questions in the comment section? If yes, then please let us know.
There
Or
were some
I'm
questions
wait.
I think we have missed.
So what? Pardon?
I think there were some questions, right? But we have missed.
Actually, yeah, we missed that questions. So, how to switch in just 1 or 2 months? There's a question, sir.
This is switching in 1 or 2 months is basically like you need time. If you want to switch in 1 or 2 months, then you might have you should have prepared earlier only. So no use switching in 1 or 2 months. I would say कि, try to switch in a company that you aspire for. Try to prepare well rather than just thinking of switching. Because switching ऐसा नहीं है कि if you are in a company now, in 1 month you will prepare so well कि you are in the is something that you don't even think of. So ऐसा नहीं है. Though make sure that you have some good amount of time. Try to see what that company is doing, what is the tech stack that you have been assigned to, and whether you're liking the work or not. Then only think of going on for other company, because initial career gaps like going 2 months, 3 months in a company, then 4 months in another company, that might be harmful in a later stage.
So there is another question. I did MTech from IIT Madras. Better to opt for 14 lakh.
Huh. He's answering that question, I think.
Yeah, okay, he is
Somebody has asked
answering
now
that question.
when you go
Yeah,
for MTech, you should go for a 14 lakh.
yeah.
I also mean a 14 lakh LP package.
So there was a personal question. Can I go for it?
Sure, sure.
So you are in Samsung, right? So what are the competitors' company if you're into
So for
marketing?
So, so if I talk about competitor companies, so there are multiple competitor companies who are working into this domain. Like you talk about Apple, or you talk about Nvidia, or you talk about the companies which are into this semiconductor domain, like Qualcomm, Nvidia, NXP Semiconductors, Texas Instruments. Uh, so these are the major competitors of Samsung. Intel, if you talk about Western Digital or SanDisk, these are the competitors of Samsung.
Okay, so all right, I'm done from my side. Someone is saying I'm in third year. Let me pin that comment. I'm in third year. I don't have any project. What I can do to get a good placement in next 6 weeks?
In next 6
6 week.
weeks, you're in your third year, right? Your placement season is going to start in June or July. So you have, let's say, March, April, May, June, 3, 4 months you have in hand. If you feel that you're good in DSL, you should be confident in DSL goals. After that, you can go for any particular project, be it in web development or machine learning or Android. I would say go for web, because seeing the time that you have in hand, web development would be a little easier and would be easy to handle in interview. You can either go for front end only, or you can go for a full stack thing. Even if you go for front end only, let's say JavaScript and React, that would be perfectly fine, and that can be covered in a lesser amount of time.
Okay, so I think Surbi has got his answer. Got her answer. So, sir, that's it for today. And thank you so much, sir, for your precious time that you have gave us today.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for Geeks LPU, and all the best for your future event.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay, bye. So, thank you, lovely people. Now I am officially signing off. Thanks, GFG, for hosting, for letting me host this event. So, thank you all. Bye bye, take care, and see you soon.